All right, so go ahead and you're just standing, right? You're not really, yeah. Now, if I said we need to improve our weed trimming, we're not gonna go down on the weed, all right? We're gonna lower the stick with our legs a little bit, and we're gonna kind of swish and trim the top off the weed, and we're gonna change the angle. All right, Karen, come on over here. There's taller weeds. So what I want you to do is trim the top, just the top off. Yep. Good. Now, as you're doing this, I want you to actually put a shoulder turn in it. Okay. Because you're gonna really have to, like the next set of bushes, there's these guys, and we need to have a lot more power if we're gonna trim them down, right? Okay. So go ahead and turn your back and swish harder. Yeah, there you go. Yep. So now as you're doing this, because we're on a little bit of a side hill lie, what you're gonna feel is as your arms are swishing back and forth, I don't want any like up, down, side to side movements, because you have to be a little bit more precise. So as you're trimming and trimming across the top, just to trim the top off, you've got to trim exactly in the same place as you're doing that. So if I'm going like this up and down and I'm trying to trim, my chances are more random, right? So let's focus a little bit more on kind of turning but staying level with our head. And you can turn your hips and shoulders, you just can't go up and down. All right, so we're getting a sense for it, right? Yep. So bring your stick back up here. And now what we're gonna do is kind of in your station, I want you to take your stick. Yeah. I want you to take the stick, point it at the ball that's on the tee, and do the same thing. You're not gonna hit the ball with your stick. You're just gonna swish kind of in alignment with it. And as you do that, I want you to watch like the end of the stick as it flies through there. Would it, if there was a longer attachment to it, would you hit it? Right. So now part of it, like I said earlier, part of it is just this awareness, right? So if you're using your eyes and you said no, because you were like under it, so then you changed it, which there you go, there's a little bit of hand-eye coordination. Yep. But instead of having to change your arms, you could just move in and out and probably accomplish the same thing without having to be exactly on. Yep, so give that a shot. See if you can change the angle just based on where you put yourself. Okay, so there's a couple killers in this game. Up and down movement.
Am I doing that? I know. I can't tell.
Side to side movement.
Okay.
Teeny bits of up and down. But Kate, you're going more side to side because you're moving your toes around, right? So when you actually move your feet, the ball's sitting still. That's like you standing on a skateboard, and while you're swinging, I'm going to come along and move the skateboard around, and I'm going to challenge you to hit it. Okay. Well, if I just left the skateboard there and your feet were kind of flat on the ground and you did the stick swishing thing, our consistency just improved dramatically. Make sense? Yep. All right, so go ahead, keep the swish going. There you go. Flat feet, big arm swishes. Yep, one arm. Okay, now put the stick down and grab your driver. And now what you're gonna do is you're going to use the stick but upside down. So grab the club head end. So we're gonna continue to do stick swishes, but we're gonna grip with two hands. So go ahead and put your hands on there like you're gonna hit it this direction. Okay. Yep, there you go. Yep, you're gonna wrap those fingers and put that short thumb as part of the grip. And then continue with these stick swishes, just standing back far enough that your club doesn't actually hit the ball. Mm-hmm. All right, Karen, we got to get you to swish. Go for it. There you go. That's what we want. Good. Yep, keep your feet down. So you're using shoulders. You're feeling like your core. You're twisting. You're turning your shoulders, and you're whipping it through. Good. There you go. Okay. Now we get to do it from... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so we got some repetition in there, and it's creating this awareness in our mind and body, and as we're moving, we're starting to kind of feel it. Repetition reveals things to us. It reveals, oh, I'm moving too much. I'm moving my feet. Got to feel this, right? So the repetition allows you to feel it. So that's where practice swings are really called rehearsal swings, because you're rehearsing as you go, right? So flip the club over now you get to hit the ball, and your goal is just to simply swish the club and come in contact with the ball.
Just a simple.
Yep. And if we miss, good news is we get to try it again, right? So it's not your one and done. Yep.
Do you start with it on the ground, or do you start with it
in the air, hovering just right at the back, just like we were trimming those weeds?
Okay.
You started with it at the height of the weed.
Watch out,
Yep. Do it again. Yep. So now as you do it, so what are the repetition? Like, we got to get some reps in.
Yes.
So swing the club head end back and forth. Try to feel the heaviness of the club, heaviness of the arms. Yep. That's it. Get the swish going. Come in a little closer, Kate. Maybe right there is good. Yep. Pull it back, whip it through. There you go. It's as simple as that.
Hit it.
Yep. So big shoulder turn and swish the stick. Yep. Don't worry about the this. Well, so here's what I'm sensing. You're kind of doing like this ballet kind of long, all this body movement. It's all hands and arms and fast stick swishes, right? So what happened there was, as you swung, you kind of went up on your toes, you moved back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah. Make sure ground, keep your feet flat. So do a couple practice swings again. So we want fast hands and arms. We don't really want body movement. Yeah, no, don't do that. Yeah, so keep your feet flat on the ground and whip that club through there. There you go. Because again, if you moving your feet, that you're going to reduce your chances of making good contact.
Really?
Yeah, that's like standing on that skateboard. You're sliding around, right?
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
It's like so many different people have given me their,
Is there a...
Yeah.
Sorry, Kaz, I'll let you go. Is there a point of where your feet should be? Are they supposed to line up like this one's supposed to line up with the...
Let's just say the ball goes. Let's just say the ball goes. That's a good question. Ball placement, right? So just put it in the center. So you want to create like this triangle from your left foot to the ball and back to your right foot.
Okay.
Don't put it up front. Just play it in the middle.
Okay.
Because if we're actually standing still and we're creating this swish, the swish is happening basically in the middle of our body. So if we put the ball in the middle of our body, then we're being consistent with everything that we're talking about. Yep, so just relax everything, pull the arms back, and chuck it. There you go. Very good. So we can make it go high.
I was like, it's not going in the air.
Yeah, we can improve on that. What we have to do is change the way we go through, but you guys aren't there yet. No. So just
I do not think so.
Yeah, let's go for contact first.
Perfect, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, pull it back, swish it through. Very good. Keep those feet on the ground. That's fine. Yeah. No, don't worry about that yet.
You have to get them all later.
Yeah.
That's your afternoon job.
Yeah, if we figured it all out on the first swing, then I wouldn't, you know, have anything else to do for the next 45 minutes. There you go.
Yes.
So
went.
satisfying.
That one went.
So if the ball is being struck with that piece of metal
Yes.
and it's not flying through the air, what do you think's happening down there?
It's the face, like where the face is.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't do that.
So you have to do which part? Because the face has to hit it, but it's the angle.
Yeah,
right?
so what do you think those couple have been? Yeah, it's been hitting like that.
Aha.
So hit it like that.
Okay, so
Yep, fingers and thumb.
is it just that I wasn't holding it upward enough, or?
In motion, as you were swishing the stick,
Mm-hmm.
the stick was going
I'm turning it
Oof.
down.
like that.
Okay,
So when you swish the stick, just make sure that your wrists feel more like that,
Gotcha.
and the arm and the club
So
goes
my
up that way.
wrist stays. Okay.
Yeah,
I just stuck my tee in again, but is that too high?
that's okay.
Okay.
That's good height. Yeah. So now you're figuring it out, right, Kate? As you go through, if the ball's going over here to the left, that club, like your racket, you're making this move through the ball as if your topspin hitting it into the low part of the net.
Right.
So if you have to go down the line flat,
Yep.
you got to make sure that your hands go through and the club face goes through, like your racket goes through flat this
Where
way.
you're going to hit
Yeah,
it.
you're not
Okay.
trying to flip it over. That's better, Karen. So the reason why we're not really kind of emphasizing this is because it's kind of simple in a sense that if the ball goes over here to the left, then your club made it turn over
Turn
here.
over that way. Okay.
So as you swish the stick, then we just got to make sure that that club face isn't turning left. It's going more straight down the line.
Wonderful.
Yep. And Karen, tee that one up as high as you can. So the idea on the tee is when you put it in the ground, it's just barely balancing on the top of the tee.
Okay, right on. Have fun. Enjoy. Always beat the boys. I'm the shame. Rowan.
I'm sure she will.
Oh yeah, I don't think they're that good.
Okay. All right. Very good. Now do a slow-mo. Both of you do slow-mo. And then show me if you were to whip that club through in slow motion, how do we get the club face to collide so that it stays straight?
So if I wanted to go that way, like
Yep.
that?
More that way. Yep. Yep. There you go.
Okay.
Yep. You did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shanked it.
Just too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much, Kate.
Yeah. So as you're going through there, this is where the way you snap your hands through there has to be this relationship between your hands and the club face.
Okay.
So once we get that short thumb on top,
Yep.
we get the right hand a little bit kind of more on the side.
Okay.
As you're throwing that club through there, what was going on earlier was it was rolling over. We just want it to kind of go straight.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is have you hit one more. Go ahead. And then I'm going to have you grab the stick again, and we're going to talk about like how the hand actually works through the ball. Yeah. So nice. Pull it back. Whip it through there. Okay. Right. So that must have had a little rollover.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So grab your stick there. Uh-huh.
Huzzah.
A little roller.
Oh.
Yeah, look up. It went over the mountain.
It's like I'm not keeping my wrist
Mom said
straight.
some lady hit it 300 yards the other day.
Oh, really?
City,
Yeah.
the one who won the thing. I was like, damn.
No, right? When you start learning, you're like, ooh.
And she's probably like a teeny little thing, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so take a look at the end of that stick has a red and a blue.
Yes.
Okay, so what I want you to do is take it in your right hand
Okay.
and hold it with the red poking out, sticking straight up on top, right? Now, if you pull it back here, you can't see the red anymore. It's somewhere behind you. But the goal would be for as you were coming through here to move your wrist this way so that the red stays on top. We don't want to roll it down. So take a peek at my wrist here. Watch this. So go like this.
Okay.
So hold it straight out in front of you, and we're just working on this front half. Hinge it, scoop it, right? So now if you're watching that little red thing, it's staying up on top, right? So this is what's called a neutral release or correct release. If you go like this now, watch me, and you twist right and left, this is what I call barrel rolling.
Okay.
So what's happening is that the club face has one moment in time where it's straight.
Okay.
That would be really hard to figure out.
Okay.
Right? Now a lot of golfers just kind of get lucky, but then they get frustrated because they're rolling the face through impact. And at that moment through here, it just so happens to be straight. But other times it's what's called open, and another time is what's called closed. So as you're doing this, let's just do this little wrist waggle, right? We got to get our wrist to kind of do this hinge. Yep. Okay, now I want you to put your left hand on there how you were working on it. So fingers, thumb, let's get that little red mark up on top. Good. Now hold that stick out in front just like we were doing with two hands. Put two hands. Now with two hands, now we're going to teach our right hand is going to teach our left hand how to do it. Right? So you see the difference?
Yeah, it's harder.
It's way harder.
Yeah. So what happens is on the backswing, so there's a thumbs up position. So as the left thumb is on top, it goes back in the backswing and then it hinges up.
Sorry, say that again.
So the left thumb is on top.
Okay.
Go back to the backswing. We'll create a hinge.
Okay.
Now, the difference here is it doesn't unhinge the exact same way. Once it's loaded up back there, now the right hand takes over and kind of side hits it.
Just like,
yeah.
I mean, I know I go down, but
Yeah. So you hinge it up on the thumb, but then you side hit it with the right hand. See the difference?
Okay.
So instead of hinging straight up and then kind of throwing straight, you're not going only this way.
Okay.
You're going up with the thumb and then the right hand goes sideways. Yep, so you hinge it up and then the right hand
sort of
swishes.
press like that, or
It
is that-
does, yeah,
Okay,
it does. Yeah. So now we're stick swishing with a little bit of a better form,
Okay.
so that the club, because the club that we're dealing with is a flat face, right? So unlike baseball, if you have a baseball bat or a softball bat, the entire shaft is round. So you just pull it back and you swing it haphazardly, doesn't matter.
Right.
You're going to connect somewhere on the round part and it'll go. Well, this is more like a cricket bat or a tennis racket where there's a flat side to it. So we got to figure out how do we actually control that a little bit.
Yeah, so you can.
Yeah.
But I don't really understand that because are you flicking your wrist
Yes.
when it's down here?
You're flicking all the way
And that
from
sort of pushes up.
the beginning of the.
Left wrist is kind of hinging.
It does end up hinging that way. Yeah. So you pull it back up here behind you, turn your shoulders really far, and then you side swish it with that hand. And then what happens is that left hand it kind of buckles a little bit as it goes around.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So now let's grab the driver. We're going to assemble our grip properly. So we're going to do fingers under, right? Then we're going to roll the wrist and we're going to do the short thumb. Yep, fingers, roll the wrist, get that short thumb. And now that short thumb should be pointing just to the right-hand side of the lines that are on the grip or the word. You have a Pure logo here. So your thumb is here and your elbow pops out. That's correct. You're looking good, Karen. Okay, now you're going to go back and hinge, right, on the left thumb. But then here you're going to side swish with the right hand. There you go. So when you come through, now we're going to be swishing that club face straighter instead of just swishing and having it roll over. Because what we don't need in this game is to be swishing that stick at 100 miles an hour and then trying to control the club face at that one moment in time. So essentially that club face is going to stay straight in our grip. And when we throw it through with that right hand, that club face is now going to be straighter instead of having to twist. There you go. Okay, now we can put a ball on the tee and test our experiment.
Okay.
You guys are good guinea pigs. Okay, so
It like sounds different when you actually hit it right.
yes, yeah.
It's like a nice.
It's solid, yeah.
So you're really focusing on kind of that wrist.
Yes, the wrist flick. There you go. Look at you.
Nice.
Yeah. So Karen, it went straight.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So that means we fixed the little turning left problem, right? Yeah. So basically the faster we do this and the more square we do it, the further and straighter the ball goes. Picked your left heel up off the ground and you kind of messed up your chances because you went up with your feet.
Okay.
So it's, yep. There you go. Nice, Kate. Crushed that one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, so that's like 200 yards. That's great. Yeah.
Just tell me when I'm betting better than Mom, and then I'll be good.
Well, you might have outdriven her right there. Yep, getting leggy, so keep those.
I lifted this up and I was like, oh.
Oh no. Yep. Yep, good. That sounded solid. Keep those feet down. Be aggressive with that
Like
swish.
That foot wants to come up and be fancy.
Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 So as you're making these swings, what I want is for you to kind of go through this little process. Once you've assembled your grip and you got it on there, we can trust that you're going to be holding it just fine.
Okay.
The last two things I want you to, well, there's three parts, right? Two are going to be stationary things and one is going to be a power thing. So say head still, feet still, swish.
Okay.
Now the swish just isn't just some random swish. It's an educated swish. Now you're swishing with your right hand sideways through, right? Instead of trying to roll the club face.
Okay.
So once you got your grip,
Feet still, head still.
yep, you kind of scoot in, you kind of shuffle over. Say head still, feet still, and then it's an educated right hand swish. Yep. Yep, there you go. And tee it up as high as you can. That one would have been even better, Kate. It was just teed too low.
Tee too low.
So the tee barely balances. It's just barely sitting in the turf. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So let's get the grip. So fingers first. Roll the wrist. Elbow out. Very good. Head still, feet still, and swish it.
Oh, bugger.
So what happened there was you didn't independently swish your arms. You tried to swish everything.
Okay.
Tried to put all the power.
I'm a swishing fool.
Yep, tried to put all the power in it. So just independently use the arms. Yeah, there you go, Karen. Nice. Like that?
Yeah.
There you go. Very good. There you go, Kate. So we're creating this recipe for success, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I said early on, the ball's not moving, so we don't react necessarily. It's athletic.
Yeah.
It's powerful, but we gotta have the system in place that gets us in the right spot.
I feel like the more relaxed I am, the better it is.
Yeah, there's definitely this timing of this throw, yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm like excited, so I have to breathe right before I do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, take a breath. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very good. There you go, Kate. Crushed it.
satisfying. Really satisfying.
There you go. So we got a little wrist roll on that one.
Yeah, I can't, I guess it's like uncomfortable to keep it flat going
Yeah,
through.
there you go. Let's make it uncomfortable.
My shoulders freaking out.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Is that normal?
Yeah, it is normal, and yeah. There you go, Kate. Nice.
Where the hell did that go? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, straight. Very good. Yep, so let's get angry, Karen. I want you to crush this one. There you go. So we got to get the alter ego. We have Karen, who's just kind of
It's
quiet.
really funny that you say that because everyone thinks she's like this.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so nice. When she's angry, man, it is.
So is that when Kaza comes
That's
out?
when Kaza comes out. Think about being at the club dancing. Get that energy going.
Yeah. So we got.
Thinking too much.
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing is once we've established the process and we put ourselves in position, you definitely do, okay, all right, I'm going to do this thing and, I'm going to go big or go home with this. Here's why. The physics of this, the club has a weight, right? Essentially, if you feel that weight, there's a weight at the end of the stick. That stick creates centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is an aligning force, right? So that force, here, I'll have you be camera woman, hold that, right? So watch this. So, yep, just watch your fingers in front of the lens there. It's recording. You don't have to touch anything. Yeah. So if I'm doing this and I just go in a circle, I'm not trying to control where it's going. It's going in the same place over and over and over again. Now what happens, like riding a bicycle, you pull up to the lights and you're like, because you're going so slow. Yeah. But the second you push on the pedal, it's like, oh, I got this, right? So what happens in the golf swing, if you think too much and you kind of guide this whole thing, it gets worse. It gets way worse. So what you have to have is this part of the weight gets chucked, and then it aligns with force and speed. It actually aligns truer and straighter. And the clubs are perfectly designed. It's not like we just went over, grabbed a stick and we just carved something out and started hitting it.
Right.
And we got graphite, titanium, millions of dollars spent on research and development to make this easy for us. So what we have to do once we pull it back is let it go. So I'll have you stand back and film my swing here. Scoot back right here.
This.
Yeah, just make sure I'm in the frame there. Right.
Yep.
So I've just been asking you to take a stick and swish it. Head still, feet still, right? So the reason why I'm showing you this, come here a little closer. The reason why I'm showing you this is because a lot of people think, no, Craig, it can't be that easy. Right? I've got to like put my left arm out. I got to sit my butt down. I've got to keep my left arm straight. You don't.
Okay.
And I'll just
That's how I thought I was doing it.
So you don't need to interlock.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I've had other people like, okay, that arm is not straight enough. Like so many different things. Yep.
Well, I like this.
Yeah, and
this
so what happens?
I know it's like a lot of different.
It clogs up. Well, like to pull Durham, like unclog the mechanism. Like you just gotta be athletic and let this thing happen. Right? It's just like learning your dance routine. Yeah, it's hard. Sometimes you gotta go through some steps and you mess it up. But once it's in there, at some point the music has to kick in, and if the music kicks in, then you can feel it, right? Yeah. So when you're going like this, and you're pulling the club back, and your arms are relaxed, and you're standing there and swishing, you just stand, you pull it back, and you swish it, right?
I mean, you make it look so easy.
And
Craig.
I don't have to, right? So if I stood up on a PGA Tour event, and I walked up to the tee, and I did like this, everybody would look at me and go, who is this hacker? Like, who is this guy? Because there's this impression that every tour player has to go through here and finish here and have this, beautiful follow through. And the problem is, as adult learners, we're trying to replicate what we see.
Okay.
Even though we don't necessarily watch it every day, we are trying to replicate that. If I lined up 20 kids out here that were 5 years old, they would go, and they would just finish like that. They wouldn't even watch where it goes. Then eventually they would hit it and they'd start looking. But then they would go like this, and then eventually it would turn into something that looks more like a classic golf swing.
Okay, so
But I
is
said
it
all of that just to kind of go through myth busting.
Yeah.
okay?
It doesn't have to be like
As
that.
long as you get the fingers here,
Okay.
and you roll that thumb over, put your right hand on there in a strong place, relax the shoulders, pull it back and swish it. That's all your power. Then all you have to do is make sure that your head is not moving and your feet are not moving around.
Looks so pretty. Looks like
Right.
a dance routine,
Dancing.
Craig.
Yeah.
By the way, after this, we're learning a dance routine.
Okay. I'm actually a pretty good dancer. I'll take you up on that.
All right. Jack of all trades.
Where are we going tonight?
Careful, Craig. Once
Yeah,
you get
no.
started, she's on.
Just take me back to my college days where I had a circle of people as I was doing a handstand.
Yes, I'll break it.
Okay.
So just try to
Yeah. You're standing and you're swishing. If your head stays still and your feet stay still, you have a really good chance of returning to the same place. That was actually better because you didn't mess it up by moving.
Right.
But still not reckless abandon going on over there. We got a little,
Okay, so because I'm focused, so just
Yeah.
focus on hitting it.
Yeah,
I
totally.
have like golf face, by the way, that I'm not gonna like when I see it, and I'm like,
Yeah, Hulk smash.
totally. I do it in tennis, and then I see a picture of myself, I'm like, oh, come on.
God, I haven't thought about that yet.
Yeah. So is you get the thumbs, relax the shoulders, take a breath, and then just kill it with your hands, not so much your body. That was your fastest swing today, Karen. I like that. Go for it.
I can hear it, Kez.
I just did.
Heard the swish.
Hold it.
Yeah, pull it back, whip it. Hey, that's okay.
That's what happens when I start.
No. That's what happens when you suck. And the reason why you suck is because why? You're not killing it. You're just babying it out there. We gotta get a little crazy here. Let's go crazy. There you go. Okay.
Felt good.
No, so don't guide it. Don't direct it. Let's get some reckless abandon. Get some fast switch. There you go. Nice. So I just gave you this big spiel on centrifugal force. Like, we got to figure out how to like do it. Like, you don't suck, by the way.
Oh, she doesn't suck.
The approach has to be like, I got to trust this thing.
Okay.
I'm going to pull it back and whip it through. And if I completely miss, I don't care because I've got another ball to try. Because
sound like my tennis coach.
My goal is for you to actually experience that pop and that far shot. You've got one already today. Let's get more.
Okay.
And we're going to get more. There you go. Okay. We're going to get more by just trusting and throwing hard
Okay.
than we are going to be from guiding this thing.
And
So
specific.
yeah. Just pull it back and rip it. Go fast. No, I love it. Head still, feet still, and give me that speed again. That was really good. Do it again. You got it.
That felt fast.
It was fast. It was fast, yeah. But your head moved.
My head moved. So
Your
I
head
have
moved
to
up.
Keep looking at this.
Yeah. Keep your eyes focused on the ground, and then pull it back and send it.
Send it.
We got to send it with our hands and arms, not with our legs, hips, shoulders. So,
Keep my head down.
yep, there you go. Pull your arms back real far, and throw it for speed. Yeah. Try again. Keep those feet planted. There you go. That's much better.
What I did with the other two?
Much
Can I
better.
grab another one? Is that cool?
Yeah. Grab
Okay.
another one. They tend to
I was
like,
no idea where that
Busted
was.
it.
yeah, all that power you explode.
Like
Just
Gonzo.
shattered it.
I've been known to shatter a racket. Usually I have a bad temper.
Yeah.
I know, we could not be more polar opposites. I am like my father, like slow. We've just been back from Costa Rica. We moved very fast for a month.
There you go.
Very weird.
Nice. Yep, so go back and stop on this one, right? I'm going to help you here, show you how much you're moving, right? So go ahead, do your backswing.
Okay.
I'm going to hold the top of your head if that's okay.
Yeah.
See how much more crunch is involved here? So what's happening is as you're going back, you're kind of going up like that.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I need to stay in that crunch?
Yeah, hold your abs engaged, kind of pull your core down, and then go back and stop. Now turn your hips and shoulders. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning,
way?
but hold the crunch.
Okay.
Yep. And then from there you can chuck it through. So start over.
Okay.
And then help.
So crunch
Yep.
down a little
Yeah, you got to hold that posture a little bit better and then throw it. Okay. All right, we got contact.
That sounded good. Let it go. Find it.
Went a little off to the right over here. Try again.
Okay, so
Yep.
that's interesting.
So in order to keep our head still and our feet still, we have to kind of engage like a little bit of a rollover. So go like this for me. Stand up real tall. Okay. Hold the club straight out in front of you. Good. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to do like yoga or Pilates. We're going to like roll our head vertebrae by vertebrae and crunch our upper back, the thoracic spine, and roll it down. There. So this is what I need you to feel more in getting set up.
Yeah, okay.
Because we're going to bring our arms, we're going to bring our arms to the ball, rolling each vertebrae from the neck down rather than trying to bring it down from the waist. Because what happens is in the waist, you'll pop back up way too quickly.
Well, my feet just moved. I felt that on the other one. It's like
it slid, yeah.
Really in more of a crunch. Yeah, I didn't realize it was more
Yeah.
of a hunch.
It is a hunch. Like you're no flat backs. No flat backs. Again, another myth. You would have been taught at some point, keep your back flat, stick your butt out or something like that. No, just
get in that.
roll your shoulders down, roll them forward. And then once you're there, you're gonna your bottom came out. Roll your shoulders. Roll, drop your head. Roll. Okay, now now stay there as you swish your arms and hold that rolled spine. Hold it down. Okay. You hit the ground, which you haven't really done.
Okay.
Because you've been popping up.
Okay.
Right?
So now I'm too far down.
Maybe, yeah. But that's okay. We made an adjustment.
Yes.
So we're gonna do that again. Just kind of slouch the shoulders a little bit. We don't have to slouch much because this club is a very long club. Yep, the longest club we have in the bag. So we popped up on you. Yeah, fast swish now that you're there, Karen. Yep, so what happened was you were rolled, and then you straightened. Yep, or what happened is you went from a flexed position into an extended position.
Apparently I'm just going to go through all the teeth.
Yeah, just destroy them. That's good. Yeah, that's one of your best.
Okay.
So what you have is a good swisher that's getting angrier, which is great. We love that. We have
Aren't we supposed to be peaceful?
we have this good, like, smart swish that we're swishing sideways, but for you the tendency was for your body to pop up.
Okay.
And it's your back that's straightening, or your spine is straightening. There you go. Okay. So what we have to do is keep our spine kind of like rolled in so that our arms can stay down to the ground instead of flying up. Yeah. So when our back extends, check this out, watch me here. If my shoulders, I roll them down. Here, I'll let you be camera woman. It's rolling. Okay. So here. If I go like this and I roll my shoulders down, I can reach the ground pretty easily. I don't have to roll very far.
Yeah.
Now, watch what happens when I straighten my back.
Oh yeah.
The club just comes right back up. So if I'm getting in here and any part of me is like sticks my butt out, the back goes back and the club comes up. Right? So if I'm gonna slouch my shoulders, I can hit the ground here, and as I straighten my back, now I can't hit the ground anymore. I round myself down. Now I am able to come in contact.
So that's why I'm missing the ball.
Yes, because your back is going up. Exactly. Yeah. So get slouchy.
It's slouchy.
Get
Everything
slouchy.
you want to do.
Everything that's intuitive.
Right, so we're gonna go slouch. So that maybe instead of head still, we say feet slouch, feet still, swish. Slouch, feet still, swish.
Excuse me.
Slouch, feet still, swish. There you go. Nice. Yep. Slouching, feet still, swishing. Slouching, feet still, swishing. And all of my good advice plus my verbal abuse will be captured right here in video. That's right.
We'll put it on the big screen.
Yeah. And if you want, I'll just post it on my YouTube channel so everybody can watch it. Yeah. Be YouTube famous. Kate crushed it. There you go. Yeah. Slouchy and give me a good fast swish. Oh, really good. You lost your slouch. Yeah, slouch. Slouch more. Swishing, slouching, staying down. Okay, you overdid it. That's 2. You overdid it twice.
Overdid it? What does that mean?
You slouched
You slouched.
more. So you hit the ground. So your slouching or your shoulder, your flexion of your core and your rounding of your spine brings your club to the ground, right? If we were playing baseball and the ball was flying through the air up here, or tennis, we'd be coming through, our back would be kind of taller and straighter. But because we're playing on the ground, we got to round our body down to be able to do that. So our feet stay still because we get good balance and power there. Our spine rolls forward. That brings the club down to the ball, and then our arms do the swishing. There you go. Yep. Right, so just got to remember that swish that we were working on is a side arm, kind of that right hand does a little bit more of a side swish. Yeah. It's an educated swish, not a random swish. Okay. Round that spine down. Tuck your tummy under, go like this, Karen. Yeah. And then stay there and swish. A little exaggerated, but it's going to look good on video. There you go. Give a swish, 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 swish. Ooh, so close. Good, how are you?
Good.
Just capturing, recording all of this stuff. Are you up next?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be right with you.
I don't take time.
Okay. Okay, crunching, rolling, swishing. There you go. All right, so the precision of the contact
Yes.
really has to come out of the body.
Yep.
The distance it goes is the speed of the swish.
Okay.
The accuracy it goes is how it swishes,
Okay.
right? And we mess it all up when we move our feet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we'll just do one more.
Okay, one more.
Let's go feet still.
Now I feel like let's do
Yeah, and you're welcome to,
I know.
you ladies, you're welcome to just kind of shuffle over while I get to my next lesson and just practice over here. Yeah, try to work on it. There you go. Okay, Karen, this is it.
Okay.
You're on stage.
Alright.
You've done your rehearsing. Lights come on. Oh yeah, there we go. Say,
It's right there.
yeah, that's good. Boom, boom. Applause.
Dance the jig. You want to finish the balls?
Okay. All right. So do you want me to? This is like 45 minutes. So
Yeah.
I'll put it on YouTube if that's okay,
Of course you can.
and then you can watch it
That's so
every
helpful.
night, like you said. Just kind of.
For bed.
Yes.
We're gonna do this tonight. This
Yeah.
is gonna. We're gonna stand around doing this.
I've just been told in yoga to put my shoulders
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and so some of the stuff, obviously, I've over,
Over-exaggeration.
right?
Yeah.
And so there's ultimately you'll end up in posture neutral, right? You'll be nicely posture, balanced, calm, a little more relaxed, less aggressive. But
Yeah.
the golf ball only flies through the air by its design. When you hit it hard, it needs spin, backspin, it creates lift. There's all these cool things that happen. So
Yeah.
as you're learning this stuff, you're now going to be at least have a process that you're going to go through. Cool. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wonderful.
We
Thank you,
really appreciate
Craig.
that. That was